Hello, everyone. I'm super excited to be on tonight on our live at Fabulously Made Salon. I have my little special guest, my little sidekick here, who is going to be helping me out this evening to go through any questions that you guys may have. I keep looking around because I got multiple devices going on to be able to make sure I answer everyone's question. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Everyone, this is my daughter, Juliana. So everybody say hi to my daughter. Julie, you say hi.
Hi.
So she's going to be helping me out. She's going to be maintaining one of my social medias here and letting me know if there's any questions. So click on the live there. So this week, we are going to talk about stress. So we all been there, we all experienced this, and so we're going to talk about it. So when we talk about stress, everyone has experienced stress one way or another. But do we really know where it comes from and how it really affects our body and can lead into hair loss? Thank you guys so much for joining. Stress is a normal physical and mental reaction to life experience. And we all have responsibility. We all work. We all have family, whether they're our children or our pets. And we also all have experienced some life events such as new diagnosis. I know for a fact we all have experienced the change that COVID has made in everyone's household with work and school, and also with death of loved ones. And all of that can trigger stress. So your body responds to stress by releasing hormones that increase your heart and your breathing rate and prepare your muscles to respond. Hey, sweetie, thank you for joining. So this response was built to protect our body in emergency by preparing you to react quickly. But when the stress response keeps shooting, it keeps going on and off throughout the day, and the stress levels stay higher much longer than it's necessary, it can actually take a toll in your body and your overall health. It could put your health at serious risk and create chronic stress. Hi, thank you so much for joining. And with those chronic stress comes symptoms. Those symptoms are anxiety, depression, headache, insomnia. Hi. And you can become short-tempered. And let me tell you, I am so guilty of that. Under a lot of stress, a lot of things happening, I can become a little short-tempered. So I have to keep in mind of basically just keeping myself in check sometimes, okay? So let's talk about how it all begins, because when something happens, we need to know how it happens and how it travels into our body. So you have a child and you have to log them into your e-learning. I have to take a breather there because let me tell you, e-learning has been such an experience in my family. Luckily, my kids are older and they're getting it together, but it's actually happened to us, right? So I'm logging my daughter into e-learning, can't find the link. When I do find the link, it was the link from yesterday, so I still can't even get her onto the e-learning. So now I'm already getting frustrated. So on top of that, I have 5 minutes to be able to leave my house to get to my salon early enough. If not, I'm just going to be late. So now I'm just collecting the stress in my body. I'm stressed out because I can't get my daughter logged in. I can't find the link. I'm worrying about leaving to get to the salon to be able to work. So my body is collecting the stress. So when the brain realizes that they're stressed, it first sends a message to the hypothalamus. So the hypothalamus is a small region located directly above the brainstem, and it's actually the size of an almond. So there's different parts of the body, like, hey, don't underestimate it because it's small, because it travels and do everything that it needs to do, okay? So the hypothalamus is the size of an almond, and basically what it is a tiny control tower in your brain, kind of like, I guess, whatever they put in our phones to get it to operate, right? So the hypothalamus then receives the message, and its job is to wake up the pituitary gland. So the pituitary gland is actually the size of a pea, like a little green pea. It's really small, but it's deadly. It sends that response notice right away. Okay, so the pituitary releases hormones, which is the messenger of the stress, and the response system. Once that happens, the hormones then move out of the brains into the adrenal glands, and the adrenal gland sits on top of our brain and lets out cortisol. And the cortisol is stress hormones. Okay. So the job of the cortisol is to send the messenger that sets other organs into our bodies and just kind of alerts. It wakes up everything else. So here it goes. It gets in. Body realizes the stress. It goes through these cycles and start giving awareness to every part of our body. So like I like to use that example because think about like if you're extremely stressed, you start getting tension headache. You got the tension headache. Then it starts creating other things in our body. And we're actually going to talk about that because as we go on through this week, our series 3 is going to be stress and how it travels throughout the whole entire body. So first, I'm like, you experience it. We're hitting around the brain area, okay? Then we're going to talk about other areas in the body and how it can not only just affect parts of our body, but also affect hair loss. Like one of the major things that people don't realize when you're under a lot of stress, chronic stress, you can go into telogen effluvium. And again, we'll go over that before. And there's also segments that I've done before about telogen effluvium. So that's just hair loss that happens within 3 to 6 months. After 6 months, it just creates chronic hair loss. But the thing is that it can also reveal underlying hair loss on top of that. So it's like a chain reaction going on. So that's why I want to touch bases on how stress can trigger all of that and just finding different ways to help balance your stress. And I'm guilty of that myself. I'm not going to sit here and lie. That's something that I'm practicing myself and helping my kids with too, because we all are dealing things every day. You know, COVID is being like one of the major ones. People are experiencing it in different ways, other people more serious than others. So we just want to be mindful of that. So guys, stay tuned for this week. It's going to be about stress. And if you guys have any questions or concerns or anything that you can relate to, or maybe something that you want me to talk about, feel free to either DM me or make a comment on our social media page. And so thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that little bit of information was good, and it's just the beginning. It's just that it's so much information. I don't want to overwhelm you with how the stress travels into our system. So just follow us through the week. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and all of them. You can search Fabulously Made Salon. So subscribe, like, and follow us. And if you know of someone or you yourself are experiencing through hair loss, we do offer a complimentary 15-minute consultation, and you guys can visit our website at www.fabulouslymadesalon. You can also go on our Instagram. On our Instagram, there's a link there that will take you directly to booking that 15-minute consultation, guys. Thank you guys so much. I look forward to the rest of the week, guys. Remember that we're all made fabulous, and thank you for being with me this evening. Bye, guys. I'll be in touch with you this week. Take care.